Today, I want to talk about Azzaro Chrome. I've had this fragrance for a very long time, but I didn't actually buy the bottle until probably a few years ago. But I've had a lot of samples of this that I got given. It really looks quite blue there if I turn it. If I actually face it, it looks quite clear. This is quite one of my early fragrances that I purchased years ago when I really got into them. And then I took a job for about 10 years that basically working with food where I wasn't allowed to wear fragrances. So that was a bit of a disappointment. But anyway, when I was sort of in my teenage years, I really started sort of getting into them. The sort of popular brands, Aqua di Gio and all that, so I had to get rid of it because it's too popular, but I kind of want it again. But anyway, I'll gloss over that. But I thought we'd start. I've always wanted to review fragrances on my channel, even going back to like way 2006, and I've never done it. But this is one of those ones that I got as a sample. And I've probably still got some somewhere. And I'd probably recommend it as that, as just checking it out as a sample. This one particularly is one that stood out. I've just looked at the Azzaro range. If I'm saying it right, I am a dyslexic, so we're just going to go with that. I've looked at the range. They have got so many fragrances. So it's one of those cases where I'd actually love, particularly with this chrome, I'd love to like actually go through and smell the differences between the range, but this is the only one I've ever smelled from this brand, and I actually really quite liked it overall. But I can't really think of anything that it's similar to. Probably Cool Water. It's that sort of bluey, freshy fragrance. I've always described it as somewhat quite metallic. Is where I would go with it, but fresh. I wore it a bit. I think I've used quite a lot of those samples. I think basically what happened is I think I used all my samples and ended up buying a bottle. It used to be a lot cheaper than it is. I've recently gone on eBay. If I go to my screen and turn that off, that wasn't meant to be on there. And if I turn my webcam on, there we go. Nice and prepared, not scuffed. I use this website a lot. Fragranticia. I'm dyslexic. I have no idea. But this basically, I've always used this. There's a few other websites. I can't remember if they're still going around. But I thought we'd take a look at this. And then there was what I saw for sale. I saw this about, you can get a bottle for about £20 in the UK. I think that's about what I paid for it, really. It's always been on that sort of scale. But it does seem it's not as popular. So maybe you might have to spend a bit more than that. I couldn't really say, but very much worth it. It's that kind of price range. I thought it was pretty good. But looking at this, it says citrus, aromatic, woody, fresh, spicy, floral, fresh. I would almost say the dry down. I put it on a couple of hours ago now. It's actually quite feminine to a degree, but it's definitely not a women's fragrance. But the dry down's actually quite warm and pleasant, to be honest. For what is a fresh smell. But I've had this a little bit over the years. I've never worn it too much. I wear it more now. I mean, it's now the time of year not to really wear anything like this, but I thought we'd see some of the reviews that people have put on it. Well, someone reviewed it 20 hours ago. Are we low-key, is this coming back? Because this is like, to me, what this reminds me of, and when I got this, I recently did a video on the Xbox 360, which is in the background here, because I got it as nostalgia sort of thing. But this kind of was, I got this around like sort of Mirror's Edge came out, and that was like a free running game that I really got into. I was really hyped about that at the time, the very first Mirror's Edge. And to be honest, this fragrance reminds me of Mirror's Edge. If I'm to really point it out there, this got to be 2006, 2007 is where we're talking. I think the fragrance is a bit earlier than that. I think it's a 90s fragrance. But anyway, that's interesting. This guy's reviewed it. Some of these reviews haven't been reviewed in like years. And then I don't know if they're still making it either. I'd love if somewhere on this website, and I'll link this website in the description. I'd love if there was somewhere on this website, and maybe I'm not seeing it, if there was just a little bit of information to know, is this still being made? Maybe they just do batches, maybe these companies do still make it, but just in batches. But anyway, one of the classic fragrances any fraghead should smell at least once. Yeah, I'd agree. It's if you're, particularly teenagers, if you're getting into fragrances like I was, this is a pretty standout. I'm sure there's others nowadays, but I think for the price of this, it's still, I'd say I got it on like a sample. So my experience only goes so far, but I've always liked that. It's just a very nice, clean fragrance. There's others I prefer. I don't know if I should really compare other fragrances in my videos. I don't really want to do that. Maybe do an overall of my collection. I might do that, but I'm not going to compare this to others I own. I think that's a bit unfair. Really a very good fragrance. Compliments Getter. No synthetic at all. I mean, yeah, I wore this when I was in like my sixth form at high school. You know, you just starting to wear suit and ties or that sort of thing, being a bit smarter. Good summer fragrance, yeah, good holiday fragrance, good sort of Spanish holiday, that sort of thing is kind of what it reminds me of. Similar, smells like those hot summer days in the early 2000s when you're in the swimming pool. Very clean, soapy, fresh. I wouldn't say soapy, but I guess a bit sort of Parma violety. I guess a little bit of that is a good way of putting it. Fresh, clean, soapy, perfect. Dumb reach, clean scent. Yeah, that's a really good way. Dumb reach. Yeah, it's just clean, dude. Like literally shorts, t-shirt, shorts, like airy. Like I don't know, like maybe I'd like to think even a hot, humid climate, but these fragrances change in humid climates, so I wouldn't know. I'd like to think it's still pretty good. Either a light blue linen shirt. I mean, I want to say what this reminds me of. Two fragrances I want to say what this reminds me of, but I'm not 100% sure. Do I just do it at the end? I mean, we just do it at the end. To me, from what I can tell off the top of my head, there was a Burberry, there was a blue Burberry for men that kind of reminds me of, and I think I smelled this in a similar time. And Platinum Lagois by Chanel is very, very similar. Chanel is like, that's my favorite, but I don't really want to do that so much. We'll just gloss over that. Had this back in 2001 though too. Remember it smelling fresh as hell. I think it's because they probably gave it out. Lots of compliments from the ladies. Smells like your dad. Well, there you go. Yes, it's a fresh. You have 10% of a 100ml bottle left. So I've worn this considerably. It's pretty damn good dumb reach for the gym or day out if you don't want to dress particularly well. I think it kind of does both, to be honest. Smells like rotten herbs to me. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's obviously very personal with fragrances, isn't it? So clean daily fragrance for warmer months. Yes, I don't. Today's quite kind of autumny, and I'm wearing it. It's fine, but yeah, I suppose still one of the most appealing spring summer scents of all these years. It's so pleasing and frankly smooth. I don't get any metallic harshness. No, it's not harsh, but it's definitely metallic, I would say. It's definitely a metallic fragrance. So the thing with the chrome line, what I was going to show here, I'm closing on this. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, because I'd love to have the opportunity to actually smell like all of these. Their line is crazy, but I'm already looking at others. There's one there. This one I might buy just based on reviews and things. I've never smelt it. Leo, I don't know how low the eau de toilette, so I don't know, whatever, might send it on that, we'll see. Anyway, what were we doing? No, it was on this website. If you type in the chrome, they have got, particularly even in women's fragrances, they have got so many variations of this chrome extreme, chrome aqua, chrome parfum, in chrome intense, chrome summer. So I can't speak today, I'm tired, I guess. Chrome limited edition 2015 and 2014. Then the one I'm showcasing here, just the basic chrome, and then there's chrome legend, there's chrome pure, there's chrome united, there's chrome spot, and there's chrome azure. There's another limited edition for 2016, chrome under the pole. That's such a random name, dude. Chrome summer edition 2013. So there's a lot of chromes, so I wouldn't be surprised if people get confused. But this is the one we're on. I don't know if this is like one of the originals. As I said, I'd love to be in the opportunity of actually smelling all of those, but I'd like to think, they're all kind of roughly similar. Maybe some are a bit warmer, some are a bit not. So I don't know. It's amazing you do that many lines. It's almost like car companies at a given point, isn't it? Really, like it's doing way too many cars. But yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. I'm going to do more reviews on them anyway. I've got quite a few fragrances. I thought this would be a really nice open one. If you're not too sure, and particularly if you're younger, like teenager years, this is really safe. Like, dude, just give it a go. If you're not too sure and you like the sound of it, just give it a go. Honestly, I don't think it's not something I don't think you're going to hate it. I don't think anyone's ever going to hate this smell. It's just clean. It's fresh. It's just a nice sort of holiday-ish smell, if anything, even if that's the one time you try it is when you're abroad or something. Cool. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.